What would bring thousands of fans to New York's airports to say goodbye to two Chinese actors departing after a 4-day stay for Gucci events? And why has their New York visit generated such passionate fan devotion that people would gather in the early morning hours just to witness their departure? The entertainment world was absolutely shaken yesterday when Zhang Linghe and Xiwei prepared to depart New York following their historic 4-day stay attending Gucci fashion events and various other promotional activities, with the pair apparently deciding to depart through regular airport terminals rather than using private facilities, a choice that allowed hundreds of devoted fans who had learned about their departure time to gather in the arrivals and departures areas to say emotional goodbyes to the actors they had supported throughout their New York visit. The footage captured by fans and airport witnesses that has now been viewed over 3 billion times shows Zhang Linghe and Xiwei visibly moved by the overwhelming fan presence, with both appearing emotionally affected as they made their way through the airport acknowledging supporters, signing autographs, and in some cases being pulled into embraces by crying fans who had invested time and resources just for the chance to see them in person one final time before they returned to China. The fact that both actors responded to the fan gathering with obvious genuine emotion, rather than rushing through or treating it as obligatory stop suggests they were as touched by the show of support as the fans were excited to see them, creating mutual moment of connection and appreciation that transformed what could have been routine travel logistics into emotional farewell that will be remembered by everyone who participated. Why would Zhang Linghe and Tiwei's 4-day New York visit generate such passionate international fan response that people would travel to the airport specifically to say goodbye? And what does this reveal about the global reach of their celebrity and the dedicated nature of their international fanbase? According to various fan accounts and entertainment industry observers analyzing the New York farewell phenomenon, Zhang Linghe and Tiwei's visit apparently captured imagination and emotions of their international fanbase in ways that exceeded what organizers had anticipated, with each public appearance and social media post generating viral response, and with fans from across North America apparently coordinating to come to New York to support them during their Gucci events and to ensure they would be acknowledged and celebrated as they departed. The specific detail that fans gathered in early morning hours before the actual departure flights suggests extensive coordination and planning among fan communities who were determined not to miss the opportunity to show appreciation and to create farewell moment that would be memorable for both the celebrities and for themselves. The emotional intensity of the airport goodbye scene, with multiple reports of fans crying and making heart gestures as the actors waved and made final acknowledgments before departing through security, demonstrates the depth of connection and loyalty that celebrity can inspire even in international contexts where fans have limited opportunity for regular in-person interaction. The detail that has observers noting the human connection elements beyond just celebrity fandom is that Zhang Linghe and Tiwei's response to the airport farewell gathering was notably different from typical celebrity departures, with both apparently taking extra time to engage with individual fans rather than hurrying through, and with Zhang Linghe specifically reported to have spoken personally with several fans, and to have appeared genuinely grateful for their support and for taking time to come say goodbye. The specific quality of their interaction with fans, treating each person as individual worthy of attention, rather than as faceless mass to be managed and moved through quickly, created atmosphere of genuine human connection that transcended the typical one-directional flow of celebrity fan interaction, where celebrities maintain distance and fans remain in observer roles. The moments captured where Zhang Linghe and Tiwei's expressions showed visible emotion, including what appeared to be tears or at minimum effort to control tears, has convinced observers that their response was authentic and unfiltered rather than performed for cameras, with genuine surprise and gratitude about the magnitude of the fan gathering, apparently overwhelming their normal public composure. The New York airports where the farewell gathering occurred were apparently crowded with both intentionally gathered fans and regular travelers going about their business, creating interesting dynamic where the emotional celebrity goodbye was playing out in the midst of typical airport operations with security and staff having to manage the balance between accommodating the passionate fan response and maintaining necessary order and safety. The decision by airport authorities to allow the extended farewell gathering, rather than immediately dispersing the crowd, apparently reflected recognition that this was peaceful, meaningful interaction, rather than security threat or disruptive behavior requiring intervention. The specific duration of Zhang Linghe and Tiwei's time spent acknowledging and interacting with the airport fans has been estimated at anywhere from 30 minutes to over an hour depending on which account is being referenced, with the extended engagement suggesting both the size of the crowd and the celebrity's willingness to invest substantial time in the farewell interactions, rather than adhering to strict flight schedules or management timelines that might have recommended more efficient transit through the airport. The willingness to potentially create tight timeline situations or minor flight delays in service of fan appreciation demonstrates prioritization of relationship and human connection over logistical efficiency and professional obligations. The emotional content of conversations between Zhang Linghe, Tian Tiwei and individual fans during the airport farewell has not been extensively detailed in public accounts, but reports suggest fans expressing gratitude for the actor's work and for their presence in New York, with some apparently sharing how much their performances have meant to them personally and how much seeing them in person has impacted them. The apparently genuine receptiveness with which the actors responded to these expressions of appreciation created space for authentic human moments, rather than just transactional celebrity interactions. The social media documentation of the airport farewell has been extensive despite the early morning timing and the somewhat chaotic nature of the gathering, with numerous fan videos and photos being shared across platforms and generating continued engagement and discussion long after the actual departure. The specific clips that have gained most traction are those showing emotional moments including apparent tears, extended embraces, and genuine connection rather than polished professional poses, with the authenticity and intimacy of the moments resonating with audiences globally who appreciate unfiltered genuine human interaction. The specific impact of the 4-day New York visit on Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei's international profile and fan engagement appears to have been substantial, with their Gucci appearances and their various public interactions during the trip generating enormous publicity and social media engagement that extended far beyond expectations, and that has positioned them in conversation with international audiences in new ways. The decision to depart publicly through regular airport channels, rather than using private facilities, ensured that their departure could become collective fan experience, rather than isolated private transition, creating shared memory for everyone who participated. The broader implications for how international celebrity visits are structured, and how the balance is negotiated between celebrity privacy and fan access, has been subject of discussion following this highly visible New York departure, with some questioning whether airports should be settings for extended celebrity farewell gatherings, while others celebrate the human connection, and the way Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei prioritize their fans, even at the expense of convenient, efficient departure. The question of whether such emotional public farewells can be sustained without creating expectations that become unsustainable in future visits has become subject of fan and industry discussion. In conclusion, Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei's emotional airport farewell in New York after their historic 4-day Gucci visit, where hundreds of gathered fans came specifically to say goodbye, and where both actors responded with visible genuine emotion and personal engagement rather than hurrying through, has created one of the most touching and humanizing celebrity moments in recent international entertainment news. The fact that their response to the airport gathering prioritized human connection and individual fan acknowledgement over logistical efficiency and professional timeline demonstrates genuine care and appreciation that transcended typical celebrity fan dynamics, while the visible emotion they displayed suggested they were as moved by the fan support as fans were excited to see them.